Dangerous part of Iraq remains the region west of Baghdad, especially the city of Ramadi. That's where our chief foreign correspondent Lara Logan joined U.S. Marines for her series on the front line.
We're taking fire right now from the north.
The Marines of Kilo Company are under attack yet again. We're on the roof of the government center, and they've just opened up. A small arms fire came in first, and the Marines have returned fire with everything they've got. From their posts on top of the building, they defend the government center. Now the symbol of America's efforts to stabilize the most violent region in Iraq.
Oh, you got it.
On this day, 3 of their positions are taking fire simultaneously.
Mark that target with tracer mags. Okay.
Something 21-year-old Lance Corporal Jefferson Ortiz says you quickly get used to.
Saturday at the government center right here. There's our weekend. No spring break for us. Just shooting.
The deathly whine of incoming rounds is overwhelmed by the thunder of the Marine guns. Their commander says there must be no doubt they mean business.
Strength speaks volumes in this part of the world.
Captain Andrew Delgadio speaks from experience. His Marines battled Al-Qaeda in this attack on Abu Ghraib prison on April 2nd last year. On April 2nd this year, he lost 3 Marines and a sailor to a roadside bomb here in Ramadi. 19-year-old Lance Corporal Kevin Johnson says for him that was the day the war became real.
Every time I put on my gear, I pray over it, pray it on. Just, Lord, let me make it through this day. Let my platoon make it through this day. Let no more Marines have to die.
Holy God!
The reality is more Marines probably will die here. Half the total number of U.S. servicemen killed in Iraq during March gave their lives in Ramadi, now the last great stronghold of the Iraqi insurgency. Incoming mortars like this 60mm round that failed to detonate remind Kilo Company how close they come to death every day.
That's about 10 feet from our post over there.
Wow.
So,
you were lucky.
yeah. Counting the days. You got to roll those dice, you know.
No one is gambling more with his life than the Iraqi governor in charge of Ramadi, Mamoun Alawani. He's survived 29 assassination attempts. This was the latest just last week. 10 people died, but the governor escaped unhurt and returned to work at the government center the very next day, where it was business as usual. The Marines silenced their attackers again, but it's never for long. They face on average 5 attacks per day.
Hit the sandbag in front of us, sir.
This time, muzzle flashes are seen from a deserted building repeatedly used to attack them.
They move in and out of these houses freely because they're unoccupied.
Lieutenant Carlos Getz says it's a constant battle to deny them safe haven.
Roger, I copy 0959. Bombs in the air.
1 minute to impact!
2 500-pound smart bombs slam into the backside, followed by 3 more.
3's good. Direct hits.
The Marines estimated 8 enemy dead, so it was a victory of sorts. But even they say we cannot kill all the people here who want to kill us. Their priority is keeping each other alive and keeping the government center out of insurgent hands.
Can you see them ever being able to take this building?
No, ma'am. They're never going to take this building. We'll die here before we'll allow them to take this building.
In less than 9 months, that commitment has already cost 14 American lives.
Let's go.
Lara Logan, CBS News, Ramadi, Iraq.
Laura will continue this series tomorrow night as the Marines take the fight to the deadly streets of Ramadi, battling Al-Qaeda on the front line. When members of the U.S. military return from duty in Iraq,